What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm your YouTuber, Fireson225 the Ultimate, and welcome back to Pikmin. Last day, we discovered a new type of Pikmin, the yellow Pikmin, and we used them to get some more ship parts. And with this episode, we're just going to be getting more ship parts and probably even increasing our numbers. Now, as you might have noticed, you can see that this wall has been broken down, when in the last episode, I believe this one wasn't broken down at all. Now, the reason being is because there was a failed recording of day 2, and I basically had to redo everything, yada yada. It was just horrible. But not to worry, all the ship parts are the exact same. I didn't get any more. I just did some extra stuff, and I believe that's the only one. So that's just to inform you guys to make sure, like, oh yeah, like, everything's fine. I'm starting this stuff back up, and I'm just making sure I can, you know, actually upload this content, because I actually kind of want to upload this stuff, and for some reason the whistle doesn't work. I don't know why. Now, these guys right here are shear grubs, which are the male and female. The male ones are the ones that are actually the most deadly, which are the ones that can actually eat people, whilst the female ones can't really do anything. They're just around. So they're basically just free amounts of getting Pikmin. And I'm basically just going over and killing them, because, of course, why wouldn't you? Now, as you can see up there, that is a ship part, and you will soon be able to see what that is. And there's still some sprouts over here, so let's pluck them up. Yeah, mostly this day is basically just going to be, like, expanding the frontier, getting more people, and basically just, well, expanding the world, trying to find as many ship parts as possible. And in order to do that, this place is basically covered with stone walls, and the only way to do that is to blow them up. Which is why you will basically see only yellows this day. There might be some reds involved, but you'll mostly just see yellows. Because the yellows are the most, like, important type of Pikmin right now, because they're the only ones that can blow up stuff. Which we'll be doing to both find a ship part, as you can see, over there behind that really big wall that takes around, I believe, 9 bomb rocks to break down, which is so much. But it's kind of worth it, because, I mean, hey, a ship part, you kind of need those. And we're also going to be using it to explode! And for some reason that didn't do anything, because of course it didn't. Now for a tactical retreat. And run back. And blow up again! Die! And of course he didn't die for some reason, because why would he? And now here we go, run again. And we just get ready to run back. Do-si-do, back and forth with a gigantic bulborb, and for some reason he saw us, which is super dumb. So now we've kind of just wasted some time, because of course we did. Time to be patient. Finally asleep. Murder! My favorite pastime in Pikmin. Just murder. Boom. Perfect. So now we're just distributing the Pikmin to basically just blow up some walls. This one doesn't really need the bomb rock specifically, but it does help a lot in the future. We're just designating them to pick up the bulborb, and then we'll be using the rest of the Pikmin to basically just pick up the dead shear grubs. And I believe one of them tripped. Of course he did. And now once we grab these little buggers, we can run all the way back and grab the ship part. Which is, you will see in a moment, is basically our radar, which is also known as our map. So like our map will finally have a use, and it'll have a lot more use than you think. It'll be very useful, trust me. And here I am just designating where Pikmin go. And I'm trying to make sure like I can actually get to them, so I don't exactly want to like activate cutscenes really. So basically just kind of, yeah, designating Pikmin, trying to figure out what each one should do. And of course that one decides to attack a pellet posy, and of course that one decides to do it too. So I guess now I have a job for both of them. Yay. Sometimes Pikmin are annoying. They don't really follow the instructions that you want them to follow. And here we are, the whimsical radar. With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts in a single glance. I just have to press Y to check it. And it does more than that, but I'll explain later once it's actually collected. And as you can see, by leaving the Pikmin in the ground, this leads all of them into flowers, which will make them really fast and also not suck. Which is the best thing that a Pikmin can do, is not suck. Banta. Yeah! The whimsical radar. This important part can detect the locations of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to use to view. C can zoom in and out. And that's basically saying that I have collected 3 of the ship parts. And if I collect a lot more, then I can broaden my search and increase the amount of areas that I can check out. Now, with the radar, I'm not sure if I'll show it I'm not sure if I'll show it in this episode, but with the radar, it does more than detect ship parts. It can also detect your Pikmin, where they are, and in correlation with where you are, it can tell you which ones are planted, which ones are just lying about, so that it'll be much easier around sundown to collect all the Pikmin. And right now I'm basically just splitting up my Pikmin to do different tasks. So I'm basically just going to be moving all these guys over here, up here, for reasons you'll see later. Which takes forever, but whatever. Okay, now that we move back, we can collect the other 50. And this will be, and right here, as you can see, I opened up my map to see that with the wall that we broken down, I did not collect that part for some odd reason. So I just decided to do that now. And since they broke down the pellet posy, I might as well grab it. And shame on the pellet posies. They're spoiling us here. Like it showed blue. It's the extraordinary bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me of its extraordinary quality, and that is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary. Yeah, sorry to say, Olmar, I think you might have gotten scammed. Just pointing it out there. It does have some like funny and like whimsical things like that, where it's basically just like, oh yeah, like sure you're in like dire straits and you're on an alien planet fighting for survival, but this also doesn't mean you can't have fun, which is just what this game is. It's really just a ton of fun. And of course my Pikmin decide not to help for some reason. And I basically decided, since those two are slackers, yeah, let's have you work on that thing alone. And now, for the... oh, never mind. Intermission! For the extraordinary bolt! Extraordinary bolt. This bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. Again, buddy, I think you might have gotten scammed. and we have recovered 4 out of 30. So this officially means that we are ahead of the days, which is very good because that means we can mess up a couple of days without, like, basically getting anything. Also, I just decided to clear out some of the monsters because, well, why am I going to waste Pikmin and probably kill some of them if instead I could just punch them to death? Cue Ultra Instinct music. Olimar, the true killer of beasts. Yeah, this took a while for me to basically realize this was pointless, so I basically just kind of was like, nope, I'm out. Because, as you can see, the Bulborb is slowly regenerating. Little by little, but it's still regeneration. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all my Pikmin break down this wall, but I'm still going to keep a couple. Why? You'll see why in a moment. Start throwing them, but I realized that's stupid, so. So I'm going to keep 2 for a specific reason. And that reason being is to kill that Bulborb right there. Now I might be thinking to yourself, but how are 2 Pikmin going to kill that gigantic monster when your Fists of Steel couldn't do it? And I have an answer for you. It's a little known thing known as bomb rocks. Bombs away! Wah! Bomb number 2! Away! He died for the greater good. May he rest in peace. I was thinking, like, you know what? I'll keep a bomb rock. Why not? You know, like, just to help break the wall, but I mean, yeah. And then I basically figured, well, what use is a bomb rock, so take a bath. You earned it, champ. And this is to show one important thing. The reds and yellows are cannot swim in water, and if they are stuck in there for too long, they will drown. Man, I hope there's some type of Pikmin we get in the later days that can swim in water, so that way we can break down that wall. Hint, hint. Oh man, I guess we'll never find it. Oh well. Anyway, we are collecting what Olimar calls the Nova Blaster, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be some type of weapon. Don't hate me because I don't know my Pikmin stuff. And as we collect more things, the day is coming to an end. So I have to make quick work to make sure, yep, my Pikmin are over there. So, let's make haste. Because the day is almost up and I really don't want to miss a ship part just almost at the finish line here. Over here, there's a not very good ladder, but it's a ladder nonetheless. And as you can see, there's another ship part in the form of a spring. You know, I don't think we should question Olimar's ethics when it comes to ship parts, because I think he has some knowledge in terms of what ship parts do what. And we're having a lot of death here. And those Pikmin finally returned the Nova Blaster. The Nova Blaster. This is a weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. I've now recovered 5 out of 30 ship parts, increasing the Dolphin's capacity. My search can now cover a wider area, which now means that we can now cover a wider search, and there's a new area located. And, not to mention, the Dolphin somehow looks a ton better. And I'm pretty sure that's what Olimar really cares about. And it's the shock absorber. The apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place, usually. You know, Olimar, you should really not have so much failing stuff, because I mean, you already got punked with the extraordinary bolt I think maybe you might want to take your ethics into question. Uh-oh. Countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Happy New Year! Just kidding. And as we end another day with this amazing music that is just the best, we call an end to day 3. But don't leave yet, because you're about to see end of day screens and possibly the new location, which will more than likely begin our search with day 4. And as we rise off into the moonlight, all the ladybugs are sad because they did not eat any carrots. 3 days since impact. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X, or when I grab one for a moment by holding A. That's just a way to basically state, to reiterate how you can distinguish and categorize different Pikmin. And I don't even think we used any reds. And look at them, they're still left behind. We have less than 100 reds. Oh my god. I feel bad for them. Though hopefully they will get a return later on into the future. So, we have a new place, the Forest Navel, and that's going to do it for this episode. If you like this and you want to see more, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications. That way we're up to date on all things that I make on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on day 4. Peaces!